Good morning. My name is Erik Gern, and I am a member of the Board of Trustees at this church. In the past, I've served our church as the leader of the young adults, as a youth RE teacher, and as the chair of the Adult RE Committee. I was also a member of the Oak Ridge Unitarian Universalist Church, my first UU home, from 2001 until 2006. I have been a UU since 2001, almost half of my life at this point. I became one shortly after graduating from high school. I've told this story here before, how I came seeking a church where I had the freedom to heed that still, small voice, to follow where my heart leads. But my question this morning is this: why did I stay? Why do any of us, we beautiful, eccentric people, stay in this church? Christian churches and other religious communities emphasize creed, the thou shalt and thou shalt nots. But in what church can you find the emphasis on covenant that we have here? Covenant, which is this old Puritan word. It means right relationship, meaning how we interact with one another and support each other in safe, helpful ways. That is at the core of our church. Our 7 principles, which may become 8 principles in a few years, they begin with these words: we covenant to affirm and promote. We covenant. When we are accused of being a religious all-you-can-eat buffet by those with creed but no covenant, they miss the point. We are not a buffet. We are a Thanksgiving meal, and each of us has brought something to the table. To use some words that may be familiar to some of you, each of us enters this place in perfect love and perfect trust. Each of us agrees to treat each other with dignity and respect as you would a family member. Well, maybe some of our family members. Without right relationship, there can be no right practice. I have a question. How many of us have had our trust betrayed by someone in authority lately? And you don't have to think very much to realize this. How many of us have seen those in power abuse that power to the harm of many, to the harm of those who have been marginalized, the harm of those who have less power than others in our society? How many of us have been hurt by those who put creed before people? To paraphrase a familiar passage, faith without right relationship is dead. Faith without covenant is dead. We are a living tradition. Again, words some of you may have heard before. Because of this. Even though we believe differently than others, even though we do not believe at all, even though we believe differently than we ourselves believed sometime in the past, we are all part of a common covenant in this church. And that's why I stayed. That's why I continue to serve this community. That's what will grow this community today, tomorrow, and for decades to come. Thank you.